I'm live. Okay, like somebody pointed out yesterday, sometimes I said stuff in videos that I should never have said. And if you would message me and kindly show me the video, I'm going to take it down. I don't remember what it was or when. I used that bad word, worse than the English dictionary, in my opinion. I might have been, you might have taken it out of context. I don't know, because I watch a lot of black comedies. And I think if it was the video where I said that and please at the end, how they say that. You know what, please. But it was one that spelled the A on the end instead of the, you know. But I would never hurt nobody. I'm not a mean person. I don't normally have a mean spirit in me. I just myself am so hurt on the inside. I'm very angry and hurt with the way things are. But I'm trying to change and be a better person. Treat people the way I want to be treated. You know, be respectful to others. But the only time I wouldn't be is if you've done something to hurt me or somebody else. Then I might be put you in the place. Most likely, I'll do that, and then I'll put you in the black box and delete anything. And, you know, I'll delete it, because why cause negativity? It doesn't do anything good. It causes this stuff. You know? People be hurting on the inside. Hopefully, I'm going to get better someday. That's what I want to do. I want to improve my health and live a longer life, and, well, I'm doing the best I can, and there is surgery if we need it. So, I have 2 referrals. I just got to figure which one of the surgeons I want right now. So, like I told them, I'm going to take care of what's here first. I'm trying to, you know, watch my behavior and make sure I'm not doing it for mental health reasons, and learning the difference when it's want it for gratification as opposed to nutrition. So there's other things you can do for gratification. But we won't bring that up here, because we might get that definitely will not be for kids. Well, I'm sorry if that's happening. I can't do nothing about that. I'm sorry. Jimmy might not have dusted off the, I wish I knew what it was doing, but I can't fix it. I'm sorry. I think I need a better microphone with this stupid thing in the armature. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But if there's a clicking sound, I think that's the air conditioner. And my little, that little cat that waves in the window. I don't know what they call that. But I want to apologize, though. I don't know how it feels to be bullied. And I wouldn't want anybody's child to commit suicide or a suicide attempt. I myself had one years ago because of bullies. I remember it. It was traumatic. Unless you've ever had an NG tube ran down your nose. It does, yeah, but most of the time it sucks it all out. But it was very traumatic to me. And then having the liquid charcoal ran down the nose. That's why they say, I guess, women are as successful as suicides. Guys, because we have a tendency to want the less aggressive form of it. With my doctors, I talked to my doctor about passive suicide. But I'm gonna be around for Jimmy. Jimmy loves me unconditionally, and I do him. And I don't want someone like him who has learning disabilities to be exposed to this kind of stuff. So I've been weeding out my groups on Facebook, you know, and I told them that, you know, off. Like somebody said, I scared one away. And he was the next one I scared away. All I've seen on his page was anti-woman this, anti-gay this, anti-trans that, this and that. So 10 to 1 he probably was racist too. Maybe he ain't. But if you're going to get guys going across with violence, you're not going to go about it the right way. You're just going to scare our people to death, though. Have you ever seen me talking like black people? Because I love their accents. They go, we don't have an accent here. But I'm aware of it. Some people say we have a Canadian accent being close to the border, and some people say we don't have that cool New York accent. We don't call cars cars. I don't know, because up in New England, people have that accent. I don't know what exactly it is. Because my cousin married a woman from New Hampshire. And I said to her, when I said, I love how you say that. It's, you know, like how Bobby Kennedy talked and stuff. I said, I love how you people say car. I'm going to go take a ride in the car. Stuff like that. You know, I love accents. That's what makes people cool and unique. And some people like to imitate them, human parrots. Even people's tone of voices and stuff. I mean, how do the comedians get people to laugh sometimes like that? It's because I admire the like the numbers, kind of. But you know, if I've ever done anything to hurt people, it's not me. What's in there that doesn't feel right. And, you know, my mom, I had issues with her. Was abused because of my dad. She didn't actually abuse me, but you know, she kind of forgot me different times. She kind of wanted to talk. And I had to get that off my chest because I'm never going to heal and get better until I got that out. We sat in the bank parking lot and talked it out one day. So everything was good. I know it wasn't her fault. She has some mental health issues. Her family does. I think that'll do to everybody has one. Society gives you a reason to have one. Society gives you a reason to have a vice. You're not eating, you're drinking, you're doing something. I know the pain. Which I don't like. I don't like painkillers because I can help it. So when they give me my surgery, I'll say, you know what? If the Tylenol can't fix it, nobody will. I know they're not good for your liver. They do that. It is naproxen. They're not good for your. But it'd be occasional. There's other ways to deal with pain. You get treatment for it. Hey, that's new age. Don't ask. And those parts you can use on the piano, like my grandma used to have. I have a keyboard or like guitars or. I think they work though for nerve pain because I would kind of diverts it a little bit up in here. But anyway, I'm not like that. I know what it was like. You know, I couldn't even finish high school. That would be so bad. But you don't worry about people like me. We're medicated. We're seeing mental health people. Same with the guys in the prisons. Worry about the people that are out there that aren't getting the help they need and are hurting. That's how shit happens. How people end up in prison or something bad happens. And they have to regulate guns because of stuff like that. I'm not saying what they did is right. I said if it could have been prevented, like giving a person more mental health and punishing the bully once in a while, being hard on them, not capital punishment hard, but making up their mess, spend the night getting in the mental health board or something, talking to people who have been bullied or something, or watching the survivors of the Holocaust or something. See how hard I would hate can do. How traumatic it is. I mean, if you think about it, before Christ, the Romans were doing what the Christians did. I'm not sure if the Christians did it, but actually the Inquisition came along. They were Catholic. I used to be. I don't hate people who are, I just hate you're using it in the wrong way. It's like my computer. I kept using it for evil, all kinds of cards. I only know how to briefly hack. Basically, just to get a scammer's IP. To show him he's not really from the United States or something. Hey, buddy, I can't send you money to such and such. You're in Ghana. I don't want to get in trouble for money laundering. My money's dirty enough. I don't need to take it downstairs to the laundry room. I know what that means already. At least I got my sense of humor. Most people don't find it. And if it's inappropriate, I apologize. Because sometimes I have some callous humor that's kind of related to the war I see in the horror movies. But I'll try and get this microphone fixed. Actually, I've been looking. A lot of people use those little ones on a desk. They call them a Yeti. This guy's like Fred Saber. He threatened his neighbor Julio. I laughed so hard. I won't say what it said because back in the day, the 1970s shows, most of them normally are basically were there, and they were. I think he showed a lot of like the ignorance of society back then. And the bigotry in a satirical way, which is what I try to do. I try to satire. And once I did use that word again on Facebook, and it's so homophobic, and I didn't mean to do it. It was done in a satirical way. It's not hate speech. I wanted the other person to see how they looked like to us using those words. And I probably didn't do it right because my grammar sucks. I don't have good grammar. I should probably pay more attention to English than trying to take Latin and Spanish. What good was Latin going to do? I never lived in the Vatican. I was never a Catholic long enough to actually need it for anything. I know some of the old ancient grimoires and magic books are written in it, like ancient Hebrew, but God, the alphabets have changed since then and everything. and the ways are right, but I mean, a lot of the things in English came from Latin and are different words and Old Norse and Old English and all that stuff. I know people think I'm retarded because I'm from one subject to the next today and yesterday, but my ADHD is on a high because I've been, like I said, on Facebook, getting rid of a lot of unwanted people. I'm going to do it here too. If I have to eventually disable comments, I will. So my friends out there, if you want to talk to me, just give me a message. Or maybe I'll just go back to just watching videos. Come on and say, hi, look at some of these cool art supplies I got once in a while. Or, yeah, I'm doing well. I'm my journey. I'm trying to improve my life. If I can never improve it, at least try to stay stable. I don't know what's out there beyond this world. For all I know, there's maggots and decomposition, and that's where it ends. I mean, the earth recycling this. That could be all of it. I hope there's a little more than that. I think there's a little more than that because I had an ITC Spirit Box radio, like I said the other day, and it clearly said Francis, my legal name, and I don't even go by that. Only the fact I have it because both of my grandparents from Orangeburg had that grocery store, and both of their first names are Francis, so we get a third one in on the game. And it's like, say if you were in a doctor's office, me? Which one you want? My Aunt Jean found out I was a bit of a neat freak. Didn't like the dirty diapers, and she started calling me Mrs. Clean. So somehow Missy stuck in there. It's not even a legal nickname. My real name is Francis Jean Ann, and the last name Saint Germain. I was adopted through him because of what my biological father done. I don't want to put all my lifestyle story out here, but I mean, I had a reason to have my problems, you know? I have a therapist, like she says, I went through a lot of trauma. She doesn't know how I can be so nice to people. I'm actually a very forgiving person. You know, if you hurt me, fuck. I know that's not very satanic of me or not, but it's good to forgive, no matter what your faith is, because why leave it inside you? That's how you get ulcers and cardiac problems, and a lot of stress you don't need. The world's stressful enough, don't add to it. You know, you people take care, and I'll be around, and like I said, what's the 24th is a Monday away. He told me he's got to take an endoscope, and he's going to put it, well, if you can have some, come here, Wally. I guess it's kind of good the maintenance guys checked out the window the other day. Oh, you don't have the thing that he had. Well, if you don't look at a real human hand, these are what they call the phalanges. This ain't your femur, is it? Or maybe it's, I'll have to look it up. I don't know where it up, but there's like a little bone that comes around here. The median nerve goes through that. He's going to take the endoscope and put a tool in there to widen it. That's what they call the release. And I looked online, okay, Mrs. Gorlove free. You probably shouldn't have looked at that. The human hand, for us folks are omnivores, but we still help animals out in other ways. You know, yeah, I'm with animals. People give me flack for that too. You're a hypocrite. Yeah, I probably am one too. The church is full of them. Well, anyway, so the endoscope would come out here. The end of it, because that's how long women are. My mom had it done years ago, and she woke up while they were speaking towards the end, and she heard them say, "Throw the chuck over, quick, hurry!" And there was a bleeder. I told my mom, I'm scared to death. I thought, don't worry, they got the cauterizer right there. I just hope I don't fart and be in the middle of that operating room. I don't think you want to be around an Ozempic patient right now. The burps are like the bloating. It's actually, if I ever did have the surgery and do have it, it's like kind of having a gastric bypass on training wheels. And teaching you, okay, we're full. And my Dexicom, I call it the boss. A lab technician says she calls hers the bitch. It saved my life last one week ago. In fact, I'm doing so good, blood sugar wise. I hope the weight would follow with it. But I think I've lost inches. My therapist said I look thinner. Like, I better not get that Ozempic hit because I don't know if insurance would cover the water and stuff. It will if there's infections caused by it and stuff. Unless they would take a donation for burn patients. I don't know how that works. But either way, yeah, the human hand looks much like a chicken leg when it's dissected. tendons and all that in there. You ready? Cranium, jawbone, mandible, ribs, floating rib. I had that happen. If you get a spare rib, St. Louis, you'll see where that is. This is the patella. This here is the femoral, the femur, I think. This is the longest bone in the human body. This is the vertebrae, and yes, women do have them. For the massagers that don't believe we have one. So, the only thing you can tell the difference between male and female is the pelvic bone. That has to be for a woman open quite wide, and sometimes expands to, hold the baby in there, or whatever, It's like, hey, bone, open up. I need some room in here, mofo. I need to fit my ass in there. That's what the baby's telling the bones. This time, okay, let's open them up. I don't want to break you while I've had you since I moved in. You need to get some cool little things to wear. I've always wanted an anatomically correct one, but oh my god, $200, $300. I was like, my doctor had one. He had a name. He had a little stand on him. I thought, oh my god, I wish I could take you home. There's something with artists, how we love our bones and metalheads and freaks like me. Us freaks are the cool people. You remember Mean Girls? Why would I watch that movie? Look at me, huh? You would think I would. Well, serious. You remember the cool table had the art students and the goths, like the metalhead type people? That's us. We're the ones that one of the people that are picked on. The freaks and the mutants. We're the people that are cool. Not the people out there that think they're better than everybody else. They just acting a fool. That's how it is. But anyway, these right here are your collarbones. Some people are born without them. Do you remember back, I think it was in the 80s, that little Jessica that fell down the well? The only person that could save her and go down there and get her was a person that didn't have these. So if these are on, then I can't take them off. They're not removable like a medical one. Then it allows this to go through. So makes you more flexible. So my mom was a nurse. I have a fixation with anatomy. I'd like to be an anatomical human skeleton somehow. There'd be a lot of you'd have to hire a whole fucking herd of dermestids for me and maggots. But I don't know. I got my great grandma's. Anybody seen my great grandma's commode that's in the other room? Well, I was watching all these things archaeological on the old religions and the old the ancient lands and stuff. I guess if it's an ancient thing, like centuries old, it's an antiquity. Okay, the difference in antique is what, 50? And the vintage antique is 100? Well, I looked at the wood, and it's kind of a cherry wood. I talked to my mom. They say your morticians and your funeral directors know the woods. They have to. They got to sell the casket, They know more than a chef does for using wood to smoke the meat, that's for sure. But anyway, it's cherry wood. Right now, it's currently a TV stand for my fat back because I still have my old virtual systems I applied. That's all I use it for. And if it goes up, I'll go to the flea market if they don't have a new one. Or for some, AliExpress has it. That took us a fortune. It take forever to get that across the sea. Too heavy. And anyway, what I'd like to do is, I told Jenny, I said, my hands are fixed. I can use screwdrivers. I could eventually build a new computer. I fixed it. My Frankenstein, let me see my homemade one. It's going to break down some too outdated to use. But hey, I keep them running. Save me money and now. So. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, if it's possible, I'll ask my mom. I sent her a message. If people can take an old piece of furniture and have it upscaled and make a little box for cremains for me and Jimmy, somehow put a plaque on top of it, made out of the wood from that cabinet. And it so happens that even the Catholic cemetery, if they let me come in with Jimmy, now I will have to go to the body farm and become a forensic exhibit, either choice, or some natural burial of forest or compost or something. They'll be putting that formalin shit in me. I don't believe in it. They don't just wake me and bake me. Or the past the week, I guess. Bake me and bury me. I don't know how they do that, but that ain't funny. That is not fucking funny. It's inappropriate and maybe trigger people. But anyway, what was I getting at? I don't know. I'd like to upscale the wood because that came from my family And the clock that my mom has for herself is for me and Jimmy. His mom's already prearranged them. I haven't done mine yet, but I'd like to put the wood back in with the family. They'd go back to the family, so it'd be in the ground next to it. I don't know how old that is. I can tell you what a chamber pot is. I'm still alive, so I can tell you what happened to it. My mother just about fucking killed me. This big purple picture. Here comes basketball. Goodbye, Lynn. I don't know why she got so upset over an antique toilet. You tell me. I think I know why. I left mine, but I didn't want that. I don't know what it was used for. I don't get it. And back then, you had one in every room. The little chamber pot. I don't know what the picture was. That was like the dumping one. You put them all in. I don't know how that fucking worked. And I was, thank God they got the modern things. It was probably a lot more sanitary. But like over like in the Asian countries, they have that little thing on the floor. How you squat over. That's actually supposed to be better for you. Like women giving childbirth, you see in the pelvis bone, and it's all lined up that way. So we're a guy when we're going. I don't know how that works, but I don't know how they use the chamber pots. If they have to like that squat over the top of them, or how they get all them dresses and layers. Some lady on Instagram makes modern versions of the petticoats and all them layers. She said they just didn't have any panties on. It's, people, I didn't ask. I read about other people. I like to learn a lot and read. But I said, well, how did they go? Someone said, how did they, menstruate? I guess they use all kinds of weird stuff. They like to have had a thick cloth in there, and it was the color, so it wouldn't stain. Like, and then I think they would just wash it and use it. So I don't know how that went down. I don't know too much about my father's, but I've been able to trace a lot of my maternal that I know. And you haven't even heard. It's like it's there. I know my dad's Native American because I talked to my cousin. His first cousins with his mom. So she's my cousin too, duh. Like I'll say to people, you ever heard people say, "Well, my grandmother's Irish." Well, if your grandma was Irish, then so you are Irish too. So yeah, I'm Irish too. But anyway, I'm sorry if I've ever hurt anybody. I inject humor lots. I want to get people to laugh. I like to see people laugh. I don't like to see them in pain. I do it for myself. It may not always be appropriate, and I apologize. I wish I would have known back in school I had ADHD and it could have been medicated then. I don't know. When you get it when you're an adult, but I can't take the concern and I won't take it because it'll fuck my heart up and I'll be dead in a New York minute. Adderall, I don't want that. I funny with on meds like that. They got me on, I think it's Paxil and Bus Par. I've been on Paxil for ages. Supposed to stave off diabetic neuropathy and other use for it. So I'm on a bunch of stuff. But I want a better quality of life. I don't want to have as much as that. To live longer. That's a good reason to get that bariatric surgery. It's not a cosmetic surgery because if it was, insurance will cover it. That's on you. Like the carpal tunnel. They said, well, that's an elective. It's not something you need very well. The DNC might have been, but they're still waiting on that. So don't let the thing mutate. By the time it comes out, it'll probably have its own freaking claws and teeth and everything in there. You want to give the weirdo a little sample of that for a jar so I can give it a name? It came on my uterus, essentially. I don't know what they're going to do. They said if there's anything bad, I'll have to go up to UVM and get some cancer treatment. If it is, I will not. I thank God my Aunt Marcy was into wigs. My aunt, I talk about that psychic and was medium. She kind of was into all that. Not blood related, but she done all that stuff. She even went to Spanky's Diner down Messina, which is immensely haunted. For some reason, I wonder why. Because you got all kinds of photos of little rascals in there. What do you think? You read up on Little Rascals, each one of them had some kind of weird death or something happened to them. I loved that when I was a kid. I'm not. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be made a bully because I was bullied. But sometimes, uh, like with Frankenstein, I mean, a monster isn't born; they have to be created. Sometimes, but I don't want to be a monster. If I do, then Frankenstein be like, "Yeah, he was a good one, genuine." I never read Mary Shelley stuff. I actually played the video game, but he was kind of what he is. He was a good monster. He looked the way he did on the outside, but what's the matter? But I'll try and get this mic fixed, or I don't know what the fuck it's doing. I hope you can actually hear all this, or I just wasted every minute of my day. It's okay, I love to waste my time. So, and maybe too, when people heard that, I was young at the telemarketer on the phone. They call it every, every fucking day. On the hour I've done it. I got this phone with a black button. It doesn't do a damn thing. Well, let them keep calling. They're just wasting their time, and I'm wasting their time. So hopefully, in that length of time, I'm making an ass out of them and bugging them, like the scam baiters do here. They're not bothering some old person or someone like Jimmy they can easily take advantage of. So I don't play that. If they want to be assholes, steal from people, let me waste their time, and they'll get in trouble for not using their time to rob people of their money. That's what happens. But I'm out of here. I hope you understand, but please, if you can show me where that video is, because with my carpal tunnel, I'm trying to use the phone and this keyboard, and the keyboard's fat ass fingers. No matter how fucking well my hand would be, those little itty bitty on screen keyboards, and you try and talk into it, if it doesn't always get it right. Like I said, my grammar and writing ain't right, but I retain everything I read pretty good. I have. I'm probably gonna end up with Alzheimer's or dementia. I hope not. They say people that have photogenic memories, whatever, like that, and are good at memorizing stuff, are the ones that get it. We got a friend next door at Sad. He's got that Louis Body's pics. I feel so bad for him. Breaks my heart. He was such a good. He used to be my catechism teacher. He was so, you know, a man of dignity. He would not want to be the way what that's doing to him. Like Robin Williams, he didn't want to see himself end up like this. This guy has incidents, and stuff. I feel bad for him. It's like they want to use it in the right way and stuff. Excuse me, I don't make sense. What, like ADHD? I can't help it that I'm speedy, because it's like taking the TV remote like this and taking your finger and going, and how many pictures do you see in that length of a minute? That's like what's going on up there sometimes. I wish I could slow it up. Maybe I got a touch of autism. I don't know. With the artwork, and people say, "Oh, you're not intelligent." Yeah, the people that hate me, maybe that's the problem. How they're intimidated by women. Supposedly Lucifer was going to give us knowledge in that apple. Maybe they're threatened by it because they want it to be the only one that had it. No, it is what it is. People got to be treating people better. That'll be the beginning of trying to get the gun laws to change. How about not being haters? Start with that. Why don't you go back to using them for hunting? For deer. For those that don't like it, you get too many. What are they going to do? It's not the natural law of systems of checks and balances, kind of. My grandpa used to hunt eat venison. I've been looking at that wildfork.com, and I don't know. I buy bison from Walmart. I hope that is what it is. Like the Wagyu, that is not Japanese Wagyu they got. That is an animal that's been hybrid. I wonder if they have them in St. Lawrence County. No, but I know where those Scottish Highland cows are. They're cute as freaking dickens. I'm going to get a picture of them someday. Farm up here at Adam. When they get out of the car, my mom said, "Why?" I said, "Look at the farm with all those cute little piggies, the babies. They were trying to run up against the mom." We have a lot of farms up here. So that's funny. In the big city, kids come up from the big cities for the college, for the different programs and stuff that they have in the grants for them. They'll start complaining about the cow shit. Dude, I'd have this any day. I can live with this. Like the farmers, eventually you do get used to it and learn to live with it. You just have to make sure you got a lot of waxy melts and nice smelly things. Put up with their hooks under the nose like I do with the fishing hole, because it's stronger down mine. It's closer to the one that causes the trouble. But yeah, you know what? Bigger city, more violence. I'd rather have the small town any day. Have a nice view, have that river back there. I love it. I was thinking of moving down to Syracuse if if I have that surgeon. I don't know. I still can get volunteer drivers. I qualified. Maybe a friend once in a while, just commute. I have to take Adirondack Trailways down and then take a taxi from the depot over. But I don't even know at that point. Everything. We gotta address the reasons why I do it first. Even Doctor Now, I know this show 600 Club Life. You can do them, and then the people what overeat and they want that what they call revision because it merges back in until you can address the stomach between the two ears. It's restriction doesn't always stop addiction. Something I made up. So unless you've been walking in a mile in our shoes, you don't know why we do what we do. I feel bad for this girl on here, Candy, but people are so mean to her. Hungry fat chick, but at the same time, I feel so bad for her because I know what it is to want to self-medicate to the point you just don't care anymore. I want to die, and I started to realize, how much I meant to the people that matter, not the fucking bullies. So I want to change. I want to live in a better way, not running to the bathroom, shitting my pants, and farting all. I find farts funny. This already. I think the body's natural form of humor to make you laugh, like Aiden Grip on his farts, can make you feel better than anything can. Maybe that's why this higher power, or whatever it is, included that in us, the ability to make ourselves laugh. And there's nothing else around. A squeak of the week. I don't know. They had a website years ago. What I forgot years ago. The squeak of the week, the best fart of the week. And you can sit there if you have a gastroenterologist doctor, they find it funny. My mom said that, I know this is true. When she was in the nursing home, they like to hear farts. I said, well, why is that? Because we know there's nothing blocked when they hear it. The air can get thrown out. And then other things can. But you have a nice life, and we be good to each other. And I apologize. And if you don't forgive me, you hear that I am sorry for what I've done to people. Out of anger and out of self-hurt. I don't want to do that to people. I don't want to be the person that did these type of things to me. Like my people around me, like Jimmy, I'll tell them sometimes about lash outs because I'm hurt. I love you dearly. I don't want to hurt you. I'd like to hurt the fuckers that did this to me, but you know what? They don't know what they did. Know any better. They probably hurt themselves. That's why my therapist says she doesn't understand how I can be so nice to people. That's the way I've been treated. Well, you have to, like Disney's Frozen, like Elsa said, let it go. Can't hold a grudge forever. You hold a grudge. What is that? It was an old Zen saying, Thich Nhat Hanh or something like that. I don't know. If you hold a grudge, it's like holding the poison and waiting for the other person to give the antidote. You might be waiting a long fucking time. Because my family is known to hold them forever. And that's why we have stomach issues. And cardiac and nerve issues and blood pressure and tachycardia. Well, I think Fred's funny. I'll be having a big one of these days. I have a cardiologist. He thinks I'm doing pretty good too. So, like he said, if he tested me, I'm good to go. I just gotta probably use my pulmonology doctor's nebulizer here. I tried to CPAP. I can't fucking do it. Jimmy tried one. He hates them. You kind of try to sleep with a fucking gas mask on. That's not too easy. Like he said, though, he says they're superior. He says know that this, if he gets a concentrator, it's going to be inferior. But he says something is always better than nothing for the oxygen concentration. So, I'll have to have a concentrator. So, as much as I want to get a new cauldron, would it be safe? He said go up to 6 feet away. Then you can have the candle just kind of be, like here. The rules are if you're going to have incense and candles, you don't leave the room or you go right back. You make sure it's extinguished before you go to sleep or something. That's just common sense. The guy from Ogdensburg, the towers, my hometown, they have towers like this. I think it was Riverview. About maybe this time last year, he got out of the hospital, came home. As soon as he got out of the hospital, lights a cigarette with the oxygen on it, caught fire, and the whole thing went. He was way out in the hallway, and the firemen found him. But he was all right. He's badly disfigured. Our building and some of the other HUD in Section 8 had to take them in because I didn't want him to be homeless. But, I mean, that's not cool. You should have went outside. I know how it is having an addiction now. I sympathize with the drug addicts. Someone says you don't give me be mad at the dealer. No. I understand them. because I have an addiction. It's legal. Unfortunately, if I sustain from mine, I'll end up in the hospital getting another hypoglycemia. Like a couple weeks, it went down to 30. And the guy who knows me, one of the squad guys, because I've taken it before for different stuff, says, normally how high is this? Is low. He says, you're going to the hospital. I don't know, here we go. Well, he comes up to glucagon, 1 2, squeezes it down, it's fucking cherry flavor. You know, 3 common things about medical stuff. I think everybody likes cherry, grape, and orange. Come on, bring me the pina colada flavored shit. I love pina coladas and being stuck in the rain. Not maybe not that other part, but anyway. And then that was over, and they weren't quite satisfied with it. So then he gave me another one on the squad. I said, "Hurry up, quick!" He said, "Well, I think I need one of those blue bags, the dunces caps. If you get a Sharpie marker, you got to take one home if you didn't use it like me. Put dunce on it. You save that for the bullies and put them in the corner on a stool like little rascals. They want to be mean to people. Make an example of it. Just hope it's full, not empty for them. But if you want to do it for yourself for comedy, make sure it's empty." Yeah. Anyway, I keep them in my purse. Tell them to order some. Because being on the Ozempic, if you have bariatric, shit's going to happen. Or you're near the cow farm, shit will happen. Just don't shit in there. I hope it ain't. Or if you're walking and you're near it's gross. I was telling a joke on Facebook about those library boxes they have around with the books in them. They say take one and leave one. If some person has to go, when nature calls, you're going to definitely be taking one and leaving one. You know what I mean? Taking your shit, leaving it. And there's a library box. It's like, they look like freaking outhouses. Just go to a freaking library. You know? I'm not surprised that the college kids in there, they haven't thought of that yet. But then nobody's not as evil and criminal minded as I am. So everybody take care, and I'm sorry if you've ever got a wrong impression of me. And I know that no matter what I do, the haters will be haters. I'll offer them some of my Gatorade, the full one. That Jimmy won't drink anything with zero, but I'll give them the Haterade full strength if that's what they want to drink. And the hater tots to go with it. Well, Wally, what do we want to do today? Got to put you down in the other room with air conditioning being in. It's awful hot so fast this early in the year. The tornadoes have the atmosphere all screwed up. That ones that were earlier in the season. I see they put my mm, birch twigs with the white lights I keep in the window for hospitality lights. Like they do down south. That means hospitality, I think. They put those white candles in each window. A lot of people do that. So I would act like the Underground Railroad. Anybody that's trans or something, mi casa es su casa. If you need it, you know. Of course, I'm up in New York as opposed to the deep. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Right, Morticia? Tell us about it. The other day, it freaked me out. I called her Bailey. I thought Bailey's kind of been here a little bit, but she is who she is. But right, girl, right, Nanny, go. You got it. Don't come over here, though. You got to get up here. You mess up the computer. The other day, I thought you were going to order me something on Amazon I could never afford in a million years by accident. I would have wondered why there was a huge overdraft in our account. Then I would have had to, like Ricky Ricochet, explain it. So you have a good time and a good life. I was raised on one of those 70s sitcoms, so maybe my humor is off a little bit. But I don't mean nothing by it. I want everybody to be nice, and I want to try and be nice to people. You know, even if they're not to me, I try to be the better person. So even the bullies that used to take my videos and make fun of me, hey, without me, they got no show. And I make it easier for them. All they got to do is put editing in it, and the haters shit in here. One of my friends on here does. They do that to him all the time. So I'm gonna help them. Break them. They don't know what they do. Yeah, they do. They're narcissists, and they need to have mental health help also, because they think they're better than anybody. But I got news for you. One of my sayings. People, you think you're a bag of chips, but you ain't. You ain't nothing but a bag of crumbs. You ain't even got any dip to go with you, not even clam dip. And like when they start making it and the hell of a good. Without the clam dip, it ain't as good. So fuck them. I haven't taken my fucking all pills. I think I'm gonna go and take my meds right now because caregivers are coming. I have all this to do. I gotta get some rolling. So I had my breakfast. I gotta get my shots. Have a great day, and I'll be around. I don't know how long it is after you have your surgery. You want to use a computer, even a phone is trouble sometimes. But you know, what do you do when you can't use your hand? You go and walk. I have issues. I gotta get the therapy and get some strengthening things. I got to beg and plead, see if they can send me to PT over there just to get my bearings back, so I can eventually do it on my own. They're over there to check your heart rate, your breathing, and stuff like that. But the old fellow there I had for a doctor, I'm changing. Not because he's getting older. I think the technology and the computers, he's just swearing, fuck the computers, fuck that. It takes up his whole appointment, so he can't, Says, you're not even a doctor. I felt bad for him the other day. Says, you're not even a doctor no more. Says, friggin' computers do everything. Have to. That's sad, really. Yeah, you wait till our technology has a maximum overdrive effect on us. See how freaking cute it is then, right? Only you won't have the cool Green Goblin thing and have an AC/DC soundtrack to go with it. Who made who? We made you. Well, see you later. ADHD, I'll ramble on. I gotta shut the fuck up. I gotta drink a few more of these because usually when I drink these, I'm focused and I'm cool. For some reason, these do weird things with us ADHD folks. I can't understand my therapist says it does the opposite. Either we got too much dopamine or not enough. I don't understand that fully, how that works. But it is what it is. Have a nice day.